How would you describe like your new sound for this album once we get it in 2025?
I feel like it's very rich in writing. So like I wanted to produce the songs around the writing. So some of them are more like abstract in that way. Like I love like Frank Ocean, his production style.
Grace VanderWaal, so nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by.
You too.
My name is Brew. We haven't met yet, but it's so nice to meet you and hear about your life and everything you have going on.
Yeah.
How has 2024 been? I know we just talked briefly about it, but
Right. You know, ups and downs.
yes.
But yeah, I feel like I have some strong footing right now. Like I feel very confident
It's amazing.
in what we're brewing up.
Wow. The pun, the brew pun. Come on, this is great. We're off to a great start. And you mentioned that you're with Pulse Records now.
Yeah.
Tell me about that decision and how it's been so far.
Oh my God. It's like the best thing that ever happened to me. I like think about it all. There were so many things that happened that was like so destined, and just me writing what's left of me and then Columbia dropping me. And I like got rid of everyone around me, and that wasn't planned. I was already getting rid of everyone around me. And then I got that call and they were like, oh, and you can't have any of the music that you've like made in this long time. So I had like 40 songs, like I had so many songs. And I was just like, I'm going to fucking write an album.
Yeah.
I'm going to write an album and I'm going to do this right. And the way that I knew it always should be. And like, have you ever been like in a bad relationship or something and someone's like, oh, that's not like that doesn't exist. That's not real. Like you'll never get that. Yeah. Certain treatment or like certain things, like that's not real.
Right. Like your standards are too high or something.
I feel like every single day for like the past 6 months, like at least once a day, I'm like, I fucking knew it was real.
Yeah.
I knew it was real. And I'm doing it right now. And I knew that people could work like that.
Right.
So
you had the vision. You almost like manifested it, which is cool to hear. And then so interesting. I mean, obviously it sucks to like lose everything you've worked on for how many years,
it was trash. You know? Let him have it. Let him have it. Have a ball.
Do you feel like almost, you kind of mentioned it with the album, but do you feel like a new invigoration of like, you know what? Like, that chapter's over and now I can, you know.
Because I was so afraid of change for a really, really long time because I've been doing this for so long that like a lot of the people that were around me, dude, like there's family. Like I've known you since I was like 12 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you can feel so trapped and stuck, and it's just like I can't even imagine, but I knew that a change needed to happen because things weren't really working. And also my personal life was weirdly exactly mirroring this as well. Like this similar parallel of like things are going wrong because I can't let go of things. And I'm staying in places for the mere fact of staying there, but not for any other benefits. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna like pull the trigger. And then I like did one change, and like 5 great things happened. And I was like, oh, okay.
You got the taste
so
for it.
Good things are happening when I do that. And so I felt like that was the last block, the songs of everything. And I was fighting for them for a little bit, and they were like, no, like you can't, or like pay us like $1 billion. I can't. I was like, it's so much money.
Right.
And then I was just like, I was like, you know what? I should not have one even last string attached to this. Because I feel like just the universe is telling me so explicitly, good things are happening when you're letting go. I was like, I gotta let go of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's inspiring. Get me fired up. I quit my job, actually. I'm
Guys,
done.
Change.
I'm leaving. That's going to inspire a lot of people because that's so interesting, because there is that fear of like leaving what's comfortable and what you've always known, and like when these people are family, like you mentioned. But I'm happy for you. That's amazing to hear.
Thank you.
Last past question, and then we move on to everything you're doing right now.
To the future.
Does AGT feel like 1,000,000 years ago? It's like, so sorry.
I have to say, I'm like, it's going to be a decade soon. I was on the Today Show, and they like they did the spiel, and they showed the clip. And they were just like, 8 years. And that like just rung in my mind. And I was just like, how long will it take? How long will it take? Will it ever? I don't know.
God forbid. Yeah. It's just wild. Time feels like it's flying even faster now. Like I'm sure as post-pandemic and everything, it's just like going crazy, crazy fast. But you're on to better things and I'm so excited for you. Talk about the album. What can you tell us about it?
Oh, man. I mean, even like when I say I wanted to like do it right, it like just turned out better than I could have ever imagined.
Wow. In what ways? Just like everything musically, experience-wise?
Just like it ended up being like way more of this like conceptual thing that I was like, oh, fuck, this is way bigger than I was expecting. And then from there on, then I like started like tweaking it more and being like, okay, let me lean into what's naturally happening here because this is really like abstract and cool.
I love that.
That's what I will say.
Okay. We're waiting on it, huh? 2024, 2025, do we know?
Early 2025, I believe.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't wait
Coming
for it.
up.
So excited for it. I mean, you have so much fun stuff happening in the meantime,
and we're
too.
doing things. I got a thing like I got a thing in my back pocket right now that people are gonna love.
What do you have the most fun doing right now?
Fun.
That sounds painful. Jeez. What's fun? Margaritas. I had those the other night. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I like. I told you we're doing some music stuff here, and that's always like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we're like doing live performance stuff, and we're gonna like, I don't know. Am I like leaking my own plant? Can I leak my own plants?
Hey,
I think I'm like the boss of my own plants.
You are. Hey, listen. The speech you gave me before this, it's like you're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, we're gonna do like little acoustic versions of the singles. I think that people are gonna really like it.
I'm sure they will. That's awesome. And obviously you're acting and everything. Megalopolis. That's intense.
Megalopolis.
When it comes to writing a song for a movie, was it written for the movie?
Oh yeah, I wrote that for the movie.
How is that different than like
write a celibacy?
Okay, well, I don't know. You're going through changes, like different phases of life. How is it writing for a movie? Did you like it? Was it harder?
So I had written actually for the Disney movies that I was in before. But the thing is from there, like, if you tell me, like, I want you to write a budding love, innocent song, you can still kind of, like, go into, like, your little bank of, like, personal experience and, like, stuff like that. And so it was the most prompted thing I've never done anything so,
Like you pulled a topic out of a hat and you wrote a song about it, basically.
Yeah, and they had the title. They were like, we want it to be called Pledge, and she is pledging her virginity. And I was like, okay, great.
Okay.
Cool.
That sounds very corporate.
But then we did it, and it worked out. So.
What was the name though? Right? They come out as Pledge.
I delivered. They told me what they wanted. It is named Pledge.
Okay. Got you.
I did what they told me to do.
I love it. Hey, there's
Got it
done. And how was it working with that cast? Because you look up that list and it's some pretty crazy names.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. It's really, really intimidating at times. But I mean, it was a very, very kind environment. Like everyone is very, very nice and funny.
Oh, that's good.
Very funny.
Gotta have that.
Gotta have it.
That's part of it. Going back really quick to the new music coming out, since you said, like, obviously some people still bring up like things from 12 years ago, 8 years ago. How would you describe like your new sound for this album once we get it in 2025?
I feel like it's very rich in writing. So like I wanted to produce the songs around the writing. So some of them are more like abstract in that way. Like I love like Frank Ocean, his production style. I would say that that's someone I can listen to, and I genuinely feel like he wrote it first and then put emphasis from the words with music. So, but then some of them are more like, you know, funsy, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. So I would say an equal balance of that. Some are more like artistic and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some are like, you can sing this in the car.
Right. Got to have a couple of those.
Yeah.
It's always interesting hearing how artists like start their songwriting process. Is it always the lyrics first? Like you start with the writing and then go into the production like you mentioned? Or do you start with like acoustically or?
Yeah, pretty much always on like, I'm like obsessed with the Mellotron.
Oh, yeah.
I basically write everything on it. Like I always have. So yeah, normally starts there and then words and then we're like, oh, it should be like this.
Yeah. You just take it from there. I can't wait to hear this. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what else you, sorry, guys. I'm just soaking it all in.
I love it.
What else? You're doing so many things. What else are you sparking your interest as you like, you know, enter a new era?
I don't know. I want to read more.
Amen.
I want to be a reader. So
Stuff.
freaking
Are you
bad.
a Kindle person or does that have to be a paper book?
No, not a Kindle.
I don't know. They're efficient.
Are you a Kindle
No,
person?
I'm not a reader in general.
God,
so.
no, not a Kindle.
Heck no.
Who uses a Kindle in this room? Get out.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. I want to stay. The hard thing about like an album and sort of like what I'm talking about is like, I'm a very fluctuating person. So you kind of have to do things to like trigger yourself to stay. I'm forcing myself to stay in a phase, which is not natural to me at all. I'm basically like a reinvented person weekly. So I'm just trying to stay in the mentality of my album and not move on before it's even released.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no. So what, we have Grace from like what, February or?
Yeah, I don't even, we have like Grace from like last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, man, once that album's out, what's going to happen? Just a whole new identity.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, finally.
Yeah. You start speaking Spanish, like, wait a minute. So a whole new you. We got a few months left in the year. Are you a resolution person? Do you want to start anything now? Reading, obviously. We talked about that.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a resolution. Oof. God, a few months left of the year.
Tough,
that's insane.
Flying by.
That's actually crazy. Maybe like have a sick bod. It'd be pretty awesome if I just did like 100 sit-ups and like 100 squats a day. And then like in 5 months, I'm just like,
hello,
a god.
Yeah, on stage. You
I'll never do that though.
Yeah, we're gonna
be pretty cool though.
That would be sick.
That would be pretty sick.
I'm hoping for you, you know.
What about
if
you?
Not that. Read. I gotta read more.
Reading.
You know, it's
reading.
Got to keep the mind alive as we, you know, get into it. What else is
do.
there?
I want to study more like art history also.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's actually been helpful for me, like in my career. I've noticed.
Oh.
And I like want to be more well versed on that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm getting into that history phase, and I'm scared it's like a different.
What type of history? Don't tell me.
No, wars.
I'm like,
oh man,
oh my god! If I hear another guy like just talk at me,
do you know how the War of
wars?
1812 started? It's insane.
Oh god, here we go. Okay.
Yeah, I woke up with New Balances on my feet. I don't know what's happening. I'm hitting that era. I like your tattoos though; those are cool.
You.
Any other new ones you're hoping to get?
I think I fell in that that classic trope of like 18, 19, super excited. I hate this snake so goddamn much. I want to cut it off my body. This was a walk-in, and I literally went to like an American traditional place. This fucking huge biker. This was in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. My lore is like so weird, and I was just like, yeah, just cover my arm, dude. And he's just like going so deep. Like it sticks. It's not to the style of anything else. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, I want to do something, but I want to take a break. I want to chill out, make sure I'm all settled in my phases.
Yeah.
You know, let the dust settle. And then maybe start working on it again.
Perfect. Let the album come out. Find the new personality and then go from there.
I hope that I will be in a personality phase of like at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, maybe I can put something permanently on my body.
5 years is a good stretch. That's a pretty good run.
That's a good run.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by and letting us know what you're up to. Anything for your fans that are so excited to hear new music from you. Any last message to them?
I love ya. And you're a hottie with a body.
100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups a day.
100 sit-ups, guys.
Don't go to Georgia and get a tattoo. Happy New Year. Thank you, Grace VanderWaal. So nice to meet you.
You too.